Hello, this is Aaron Wall with a free tutorial on doing competitive research on under $100. So one of the first spots to start doing competitive research is to look at a competing site and look at their navigational structure, what they're selling, how they're selling it, what they're currently promoting on their site, things that have changed, and look through all that, and especially see what their link structure is really promoting, and what key ideas are being promoted on those. It not only gives you cues to what they're doing now, but in some cases may also show some of the spots they're going to head. Another way to get off-site analytics stuff is to use SEO for Firefox, which puts all this data inside the search results. You can see how old sites are, if people have been bookmarking on Delicious, if they're high traffic sites, based on Compete or Alexa, how many people are linking to them, and that sort of stuff. And then you can also go through and see who's linking at them and why they were citing them. Ideally, to know a lot about a competitor, what you'd really want to have is like access to their statistics, but most webmasters don't provide their statistics. But it really helps to know if their traffic's being driven by search or email, or if maybe some affiliates are mentioning them, and you really want to see how they're getting that traffic. By looking at all their link stats and that sort of stuff, that can give you some cues. Um, Google, if you have Google Webmaster Central, they'll show you how dependent some of the sites are in each query. But the thing is, you can only log into these sorts of stats if you own that site. A good sign for that, for the health of the site, is if the query distribution is rather low, i.e. that the top queries are only 1 or 2 or a few percent of the overall traffic, or if the top queries are more than that, you want those to be brand related queries, because it means it would be hard to take that traffic away from you because people are actively looking for you. You have stuff like SEO Book, or Aaron Wall. Um, Alexa offers an overview of traffic stuff, but it tends to be heavily biased towards webmaster related sites. Like my site's probably not one of the top 1,600 sites on the web. They also offer a free service of showing you some of the other related competing sites owned by that site. And you can see some of these, and maybe there's some related marketing strategies they're going to be doing down the road, and you might be able to see some of that. You can use Domain Tools registrant search to also dig up some of the sites that the competitor might own. And just like Alexa, there's a service called Quantcast. It's in its estimate of monthly uniques, it's quite low for my site, but it's another point you can look against to see, how as another source of data. For expensive competitive research, Hitwise allows you to look at some of the upstream and downstream traffic for a site, and I think it usually starts off at about 10,000 or so. It's by no means cheap. Trillian offers a service for competitive intelligence, and this will give you an idea if a lot of the traffic's coming from email or from links or from keyword rankings. This tends to start off at a $250 fee, and then $99 a month, or you can do a whole year for $1,000. Compete.com is pretty cool because it's free. It allows you to track the profile and growth of a site. If they have any inflections or like errors where the data wasn't normalized properly, if you compare the site against the other couple competing sites, it should show you, how the site at least competing against the competitive ones, and that should be pretty accurate as far as how many unique visitors they have and how engaged the users are on the site. Another cool feature of Compete is remember before how I mentioned that you would love to log into the stats of a competitor and see how reliant they are on any given keyword. Well, Compete actually allows you to do that with their search analytics product. Their search analytics product shows you what percentage of traffic is driven by any keyword. And this might be off by some, but like having looked at my own stats for my site, I can tell you that SEO Book and SEO for Firefox and some of these keywords here are some of my most popular keywords. So to find out, the top 5 or 10 or 50 words that my site's competing for, that's a very good deal if you were going to try to compete against me. Also, you can get a whole list of, thousands of terms that are driving traffic to some websites. SEO Digger is a free service. Oh, I'll go back to Compete for a second. This one costs as little as like 10 or 20 bucks, and like you could download each credit. I think cost about $2, and you could download my whole list of a couple thousand keywords driving traffic to my site for 10 bucks. And for Amazon.com, you can get a list of like 400,000 or 500,000 keywords. So that's dependent on how large the competitors are as well. It doesn't give you everything that's driving them traffic, just a relative sample, and it's heavily weighted towards the core keywords that the site ranks for, because you're not going to catch all the long tail traffic unless you monitor everything. Only Google has all that data. Um, and SEO Digger is a free service, and what it is it's a database of like 60 million English keywords, and then you can see, what keywords that the site's ranking for, and then sort that by some of the word tracker or Overture counts. And you can always click on the links to see if they're still ranking for it. But this doesn't show you if the keywords did drive traffic to the site, which is what makes Compete so powerful. There's another service called KeyCompete, which it only costs $10 to download a list of keywords that a site's ranking for. You can also get a 1-day or 1-month membership fairly cheap, or a annual subscriber for under $500. And SpyFu is similar to some of the past services mentioned, with the exception that most of those services were either geared towards just organic rankings or paid search. This one actually allows you to subscribe to view both paid keywords they're ranking for, and also just their organic search keywords they rank for. And if you look at these data points, you can get a lot of the keywords that the competitors are going for, and maybe refine your strategy to include some of the stuff that you're missing.